At 8:17 on a cold Monday morning, Daniel Mercer was called into a glass office and fired after 21 years of loyal service. No warning, no explanation, just one cold sentence. Your position has become redundant. By 9 hacks he stood, in the parking lot holding a cardboard box, staring at the building he had helped run for half his life. And less than 24 hours later, a line of motorcycles stopped outside his home. But they weren't there to threaten him. They were there because someone inside that company had made a terrible mistake. Before we begin, if you enjoy emotional stories with powerful twists, please like this video, subscribe to support the channel, and comment where you're watching from. It truly helps this channel grow again. Daniel was 44, a single dad, and the kind of man people often overlooked. He drove an old pickup, wore the same steel-toe boots for years, and never complained. Since losing his wife 7 years earlier, he had raised his daughter Emily alone. Every morning he packed lunches, paid bills, and went to work at Redstone Logistics, where he was known as the man who could fix anything. Conveyor jams, broken lifts, routing failures, damaged scanners when others gave up. Daniel quietly solved it, but he never bragged, never chased promotions, and never played office politics. Then the company introduced a new AI management system. Cameras were installed, tablets replaced supervisors, routes, schedules, maintenance, and staffing were now controlled by software executives. Promised it would improve efficiency. Soon, longtime workers began disappearing. A dispatcher with 15 years gone, a warehouse lead asked to train the new system, then fired the next week. Everyone whispered the same word, AI. Daniel stayed quiet. He had a daughter to feed, then came. Monday, Human Resources called him in. A young manager he had never met slid an envelope across the table and thanked him for his service. Daniel asked only one question. Why me? The man glanced at the screen and repeated, Your role is no longer needed. Daniel nodded, picked up the envelope, and walked out with dignity. That night, after Emily went to sleep, Daniel sat alone at the kitchen table, staring at unpaid bills and mortgage notices. For the first time in years, he had no plan. The next morning, he woke to the sound of engines, deep, thunderous engines. He opened the front door and froze. More than 20 motorcycles lined the street. Neighbors peeked. Through curtains at the front stood a gray-bearded rider wearing a patch from the Hells Angels. Daniel stared. Cole? The rider smiled. Been a long time, brother. Years earlier, before marriage and family life, Daniel had worked as a bike mechanic for a local support club connected to the Hells Angels. He had helped riders for years, asking for nothing. Then life changed, and he quietly walked away. But loyalty had not forgotten him. Cole handed Daniel a folder. Inside was an internal company report Daniel read in silence. Then his face changed. The AI system that replaced workers had disabled manual safety checks. To save time, lift inspections were delayed, driver fatigue warnings were ignored, conveyor heat alerts were reduced, and every time Daniel manually corrected those dangerous errors, the system marked him as inefficient. That was why he had been fired. He wasn't replaced because he was useless. He was removed because he kept exposing the machine's mistakes. Hours later, disaster struck Redstone Logistics. A loading lift failed inside the warehouse. A worker was injured. Deliveries stopped. Inspectors arrived. Then someone leaked the report online. News stations picked it up. The same executives who praised AI were now being questioned publicly. And Daniel? He was in his driveway, helping Emily repair her old car, when his phone rang. Another logistics company had heard what happened. They offered him double the salary to lead human safety operations. Daniel accepted with one condition: no machine. Outranks common sense. Sometimes the quietest worker is the one holding everything together. Sometimes experience looks slow until the system fails. If you were Daniel, would you go back or move forward? comment below. And don't forget to like and subscribe if you'd like to support the channel.